Hey there, it's Kara. Welcome to my Take at the Lake for this quick dip. Just a quickie. Ridley says hello. Boston's are awake. Everybody's up and happy. Sun's out. Okay, now. This is a tip that comes from my old days as an artist. Years and years and years ago, I used to make my living as a commissioned artist, watercolorist, pen and ink artist. I used to do home portraits and pet portraits and a wide variety of things. And if I didn't sell it, I gave it away as gifts or donate them to auctions. And thankfully I took all these photos because I wouldn't have anything left to show. Still have room to grow, you see. But that's where this little idea came from. So I've been making junk journal gift bundles, meaning I did a junk journal and they got a coordinating glue book with it and maybe an altered book to match, or a mini book, a glue book, and an altered book, or some of one of those kind of combinations. And I'm giving them all away. This is my aunt's book. I just finished it, so I still have it here. So technically then it's not finished, right, if I still have it. But what I've decided to do, because of course there are all kinds of scraps from each project, and each project is very much different from the last, is to do just this little book. And it's kind of like, I think it's G. Kerr who does, I think she has an idea book. So whenever she comes across a cool idea that she wants to try or that she's watched or learned somewhere, she puts it in this book and keeps track of the ideas so she never runs out. It's kind of along that line, but sort of after the fact. I just took all of the scraps from my aunt's book and made a mini collage. And then I remember which digikit I used, what kind of stuff I used, the feel of the whole thing. Plus it was so much fun to use those little itty bitty scraps that everyone seems to, right now, every video is what to do with your scraps, what to do with your scraps, what to do with your scraps, what to do with your scraps. Cheese and crackers, we get in these ruts, and once one does it, everybody does it. We're creative people, peeps. Let's do some new stuff. So this is what I'm doing with my scraps, something different. This is for my friendship journal that I made for my friend, but this was the only piece of it I could find. I haven't found her pile of scraps yet. It's in my nightmare of a room. This is from my mom's vintage rose journal. And this is from my cousin's Halloween Dawn of the Dead journal that I made her for Christmas. So really, just one more idea on what to do with your scraps. But if you're giving away or selling a lot of your books, maybe this is something you want to try, to have a keepsake. So my goal is every journal that I make, I have about 9 or 10 more for my family that I'm making, one bundle for each family member. There might be 13 I might have to do. I don't know. There's a whole bunch. Anyway, they're all going to be very different. My uncle's is going to be very vintage, shipping, war, vintage 50s, outdoors things. So it's going to have a completely different feel than anything I've ever done. So his scrap page will be very different than any of these. And I think I counted, I could do 30 to fill this. And just as a quick bonus tip, I made this little cover. The cover, I pulled it apart because I was gonna, I don't know, I had a different idea. But then I decided, no, I'm gonna do this. And so I'm gonna end up gluing this right back in here. I'm gonna make it work. But I did this quick collage on the cover just using Mod Podge. I layered the whole thing with Mod Podge, put all these inked little bits on, and then another layer of Mod Podge. But watch this. Because I didn't sand it, the whole thing's coming off. So, save yourself some time, which is fine. You know, that's how we learn. And either, if you have, see how shiny it is? Super smooth. Sand it with a sanding block, or gesso it, and then Mod Podge, glue, etc., etc. This is a newbie mistake. I just wanted to glue stuff down one day, and I just sat down and I thought, well, that's what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. And I did not take the time to do it properly. And so this whole thing is just going to peel off. And who wants that? So I have now another project. I have to fix this or abandon this whole thing. This would be, now that it's all done, this would be a fun collage piece. So I might just do something completely different. Who knows? I sure don't. I almost like this side better. Nice and shiny from the Mod Podge, even though it's matte. So there you go. 2 tips for the time of one quick dip. So first one, if you're going to do something shiny, make sure to gesso it and or sand it before you glue or Mod Podge, because I don't think any glue would have stuck. I don't think any, even of the good glues, I don't think would have stuck to this shiny. I think it would have been the same no matter what, because I didn't take the time to prime that, as they say, substrate. The thing you're working on. That's what that means. And more importantly, a keepsake of all the journals that you make and give away and or sell, so that you have some record of what you've done. And as is so vogue these days, a good way to use your scraps. You guys have a lovely, lovely crafty day. My Take at the Lake out for now.